Welcome to Our English. I am Priscilla here in the United States, and I have a fabulous guest today from a beautiful island that is near and dear to my heart. So, welcome and please introduce yourself.
Hi, thanks so much for having me. So I'm Didi, I'm a disease specialist, and basically my area of expertise is focused on weight management, diabetes, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol. So I have like a variety of different nutrition products and services that are focused on helping persons add to their overall wellness and improve their quality of life. Because I always want to help persons with developing healthy habits in terms of lifestyle changes only. So no pills, no products, nothing like that.
Yes, well, welcome. And what is the name of your company?
So it's Didi's Nutrition Consultancy. And well, because of COVID, I sort of pushed everything online. And so that's why I could have I do have some international clients as well because everything is virtual. So it's very flexible, very convenient. And all of the programs are so personalized because that's the main difference. It's like not every advice is going to work for everyone
Yes,
and nothing is suitable for everyone. So that's why everything I do is always going to be tailored to suit the individual and their personal preferences and their background and based on what's available and accessible and their likes and dislikes and what they want to achieve, and then educate and empower them to understand how to nourish their bodies in that way so that they could achieve their ultimate health goals for
that is
sustainable
just
results.
lovely,
Sustainable.
lovely, lovely. And I love that you personalize the plans because I do agree with you. Everybody has different nutritional needs, different forms of digestion, even food
Exactly.
allergies you and I were talking about
Yes.
earlier.
Yes. Yes.
And
Yeah,
that is
because I
wonderful.
mean, a lot of the times we tend to eat based on, our culture or upbringing. And there's so much misinformation out there. Persons might think that one thing that works for them might then work for everyone else. But then it's definitely not going to be suitable because we are all uniquely ourselves. And then we all have different preferences and different abilities within our bodies to digest food differently. And then we react differently to certain things. So a lot of the times that's the most important part, like understanding your body, how it functions, and then how you could eat to nourish it and also achieve, ultimate wellness.
Yes, and exactly what you're saying. Some people need more calories, some people need less calories. Portions are so
Yes,
important. What you
yes,
choose to snack on. I
yes,
totally agree.
exactly. That's why I have my healthy treats. So recently I launched some healthy snacks. So I have like energy bites and date Snickers and chocolate date brownies and
Ooh, yummy.
um, cookies. So it's all like no added sugar, oat based. It has chocolate, and
Of course.
the granola bars have like some have nuts, some have peanuts, some are plain, some chocolate. So and it's all like even if it's oat based, and a lot of times persons think that oats doesn't taste good, but this is a way to introduce oats that helps you to satisfy your cravings. It helps with diabetes because management because it helps to prevent those sugar spikes in between your meals.
Right.
And oats are high in fiber, adds to fullness. It helps with your cholesterol levels, and it has so many benefits. So I really just try to incorporate it in a way that persons could enjoy it, but
Can we
not
see it?
feel guilty about having the having
Nice.
the chocolate. So it's all dark chocolates and food based and everything. And then I have the DD approved sticker because with all of the snacks that I but a lot of times persons started their own snacks and they love these paper bags. So I got a lot of questions like, okay, is this your snack? Because I'm seeing it in this location. But it was just that the paper bag is the same. So I put the DD approved so that persons know that this is what, this belongs to. Because everything I do, I want it to be of the highest quality and of the highest standard so that you get exactly the result of adding to your wellness only. Because I don't want it to be in any way going to take away from your wellness or your health at all, because that's all I want to do. I think happiness and health goes hand in hand. And if you're not happy, you're not healthy, and vice versa, you know.
Absolutely. And certain foods just weigh you down. After you eat it, you feel sluggish, you feel like, ugh. And then certain foods you eat and you're just like light, you feel ready to go, you feel happy. So it does make a
Exactly. And
difference.
it's really about balance too. Like a
Mhm.
lot of the times persons may think restrictive or like, oh, I can't eat what I enjoy, so I can't live a healthy lifestyle. And that's so false, because what I do is not restrictions either, no diets or anything like that. At the end of the day, I want to empower and educate everyone to learn balance and learn how to include the unhealthy with the healthy. So like the things that, fast food and like things that I classify in the high fat group, but learn how to balance the rest of the day. What other recipes you could try to include that will balance your meals? So like in terms of using like the plate method or like fun food techniques to sort of include all of your wonderful veggies, all of your healthy carbs and your healthy proteins,
Yes, absolutely. And in my house, oatmeal goes so fast. My oldest,
Really?
she has created so many different things with the quick oats. We have a big tub,
Right.
and she'll make cookies and she'll make those little energy balls and
That's so
endless,
good.
endless things. So you and
That's
her,
so
you
good.
need to chat.
Definitely.
Very nice. So do
That's
you
great.
have a co-packer or do you have your own production location? Like how can we get your
Yeah.
products?
Well, right now, because everything is online, all I do is online bookings and online invoices. So
Oh, okay.
usually persons either use the website and they look through the catalogs, or they book on the website for the first, because I usually have a consult first to
Hmm.
discuss your goals and details, say exactly what it is you want to achieve, and then discuss how we're going to achieve it together, to then decide what programs might be suitable if a program is necessary.
Oh, okay.
And I also have in-person consults. So right now I have two locations, one in South and
Hmm.
one in Central. And the only difference is you get a body composition assessment. So I've seen that we all sort of have this desire to like an in-person visit, like you want to see the person, you want to interact with them. So I realized that there was a demand for that. And I was like, okay, I need to fill it, because online is great and it's very flexible and convenient and it works really well for the programs. But
Yes.
maybe for the in-person visits, they could benefit by actually having a discussion in person. So the main difference is
Definitely.
I have a scale that gives you body fat, muscle
Hmm.
mass, BMI, metabolic age, um, hydration status. So it gives you like all the whole breakdown. So that's the main difference. Like you could actually get that in person. And that could give you like the starting point, because whenever you want to start making healthy habits, you want to make sure that your body is changing in a positive way. So it's
Yes.
good to be able to, yes, you'll identify it in yourself. You will definitely feel it, mood and energy. And you would see it in your way that your clothes fit, and all these things are really important factors.
Yes.
It's just that the scale gives you like a definite sort of percentage that you could check up on and make sure that your body fat is going down, muscle mass is going up, you're fully hydrated, you're not as stressed anymore, so your metabolic age is going down. Because I
Hmm.
feel like stress right now is driving everyone's age to be further than it has to be.
There's no reason to be stressed out. You woke up this morning, you're alive.
Right.
That's the biggest
Exactly.
challenge of the day.
You're
Good.
right. You're right. Definitely right. It's the little things that really matter at the end of the day.
Yes, and I think a good night's sleep will do that to start. But sometimes, in addition to nutrition, a lot of people are not able to get that deep sleep because they're so thinking about what am I doing tomorrow? What do I need to get done? And your mind is awake even if you're trying to sleep.
You're right. That is really what happens a lot of the times. I notice that with my clients too. Like when it's time to bed, all your thoughts just come rushing in. So usually, I mean, there are general things that everyone does, like meditation, listening to music, reading books. But
Hmm.
again, it's all about discussing what you like, what
Right.
works for you, because meditation, like a 15 minutes might work for me, but then for you, you may need an hour, or you may need something different that will help you to relax and take your mind off of things. Because sleep is so important, and that is a lifestyle change that is one of the major important parts of the whole holistic approach to like overall wellness. Because besides the lifestyle, besides sleep, the other focus is water. Like I
Yeah.
realize a lot of the times we just don't focus on water intake and understand how much we should drink and how often,
Yes.
because we are really made up of nutrients and water included.
Yes, it's so true. And water is another way to help kind of relax the mind because your body is healing while you're sleeping. And if you're not
Exactly.
sleeping in a restful way, a productive way, because sleep can be productive, then,
Yeah,
your morning is thrown off and you just feel so lethargic. So I
exactly.
agree with you. Everything goes hand in hand.
Yeah,
And what
yeah.
I do, including meditation, I have my little notebook here. And
Oh,
at the
that's
end
so
of the
cute.
day, yeah, I'll just write down everything that's on my mind.
That's all.
And that way, when I'm
That
in
is
bed,
so
I
important.
don't have to sit there and say, oh, I didn't write this down. No, I did. I did what I had to do. And now I can close that book for the night.
Exactly. So you get everything off of your mind. I think that's very, very important. And that's really great, a great practice. And that's an example of a healthy habit. Because when persons think of like dietitian nutritionist, they just think of a diet sheet,
Right.
And I
Right.
have to, and when I explain like what a nutrition therapy entails and going into depth with habits like that, like it's all about developing baby steps towards your goals and taking little healthy habits that you could do just like that, just like trying that so that your sleep improves and impacts your entire day, because sleep is really the major part of the day when everything just repairs itself, like all your organs and all your body functions, everything sort of just repairs itself at rest.
Right.
So that's really what it is. And nutrition therapy is all about, passing over that knowledge so that you focus on you more, and the
Hmm.
misconceptions and the misinformation less. Like, because there's so many pressures from like ads and from word of mouth and all these pills and
Yes.
everything that's, everyone's trying to
Yes.
push information, push, push, push. So it really becomes tricky sometimes to try to clear the air and help to bring a different light and reduce the pressures, because it's really not that complicated. It's just that what you're trying to do, it's more about working with your body and what your preferences are, and then what did you want to achieve, and then how we could achieve it.
Right. So it really goes hand in hand. You're eating well
Yeah,
throughout the day, you're clearing your
yeah,
mind, and you're having a
yeah.
nice, restful sleep. It doesn't always magically work that way, but if you can accomplish that most of the time, you're still on the
Exactly.
right path. This is so
Right.
valuable. I'm really, really happy to have you
Exactly.
here to talk about this because, like you said, people hear the word diet and it's all like, "Ugh."
Yeah,
Don't tell me about a
yeah,
diet. But when you approach it
exactly.
the way you are, where you're looking at
Mm,
individual needs and you're helping
mhm.
create a healthy lifestyle, that's when you start seeing the results.
Exactly. And that's when you see the sustainable results. So
Yeah.
usually diets or trending, like keto or intermittent fasting, or like, South Beach diets, all these things, right? It's usually that it's just meant for short term because it's unsustainable, because you put yourself on something rigid that you don't normally do, that's completely out of your comfort. Like it's not
Yes.
within your capability of maintaining it. So these sustainable results only come when you're able to develop that healthy lifestyle and that routine, and you're able to nourish your body and focus on what timing works for you. So for example, even shift workers, like I get shift workers as well, and you would have to eat based on your shift. you can develop all of these healthy routines, but it's just that it's not going to be like everyone else.
Mm-hmm,
It's
mm-hmm.
always going to have to change to suit the person, change to suit their routine. And even when you're traveling too,
Oh,
like
yes.
the knowledge and empowerment, because you would have to eat based on choices and you would want to try everything that you want to. But how do you balance it? How do you
Yeah.
incorporate the times that you should incorporate those things? That's where it's very important to learn and understand that, because sometimes too, like if you want to try something and you think it's unhealthy, then you will make yourself feel bad about eating it. Like you'll eat it and then you'll feel like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I ate this. It was so unhealthy. And then you feel just ruined for the rest of the day.
Right.
When you could have just had maybe a small portion and then balance it and make sure that maybe you had like a salad on the side, or maybe you have something lighter for dinner if that was lunch, and that will still be okay. And you just make sure
Right.
you drink your water and you keep fully hydrated. There's just so many different things, and it's just that all these gimmicks and trends sort of push us to develop a very unhealthy relationship with food.
Yes.
And that's really what I'm trying to battle.
Yes, yes. And even if you do go and have something unhealthy or you
Mhm.
feel bad about it, that's even worse. You should be easy on yourself. Like, okay, I had it,
Exactly.
I enjoyed it, I know what to do next time.
Yeah, exactly. Because the day is not over. Like
Right.
if it's just one food item that you had that was unhealthy, you have two other meals to be healthy. And then you have snacks in between, and you could choose better snacks and include like one fruit, then you could
Mhm.
choose one unhealthy, like if you like cookies, and that's totally okay. It works
Yes.
because I eat chocolate every day.
Well, that's what the doctor
I really do.
said.
And
Chocolate
and
every day is good.
it's like you could enjoy. I teach my clients to enjoy everything, and it's just that it's just about learning about how it is that you want to include it for you,
Yes.
and then discussing what's suitable based on that.
So, what was your motivation to pursue this career? Or for you,
Well,
it's a lifestyle, right?
yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Hmm.
So basically, growing up, I was chubby. I was like really chubby. And then, well, my whole family uprooted and we lived in China for like 5 years. And it's when I was in
Wow.
China that I always sort of felt out of place with my weights because all my friends and cousins and everything was smaller.
Hmm.
And I used to be teased a little bit and called chubby. And I started to make changes because I wanted to not be that way anymore. So, because it was really affecting me in terms of
Hmm.
my performance in school. I felt so sluggish. I felt like low energy. I just was not happy. And I
Oh.
was like 12 years old or so. So when I started to like make little changes, I started to like engage in more sports. And then I
Hmm.
realized that if I ate the same, I wasn't getting the results. So I also had
Mm.
to adjust the eating habits, but it was just basically me experimenting on my own. I didn't do any reading or have any knowledge at that point. And then it was
Right.
only deciding like what to study. My mom was like, well, this field is within what you're passionate about because you care about your health so much. And all through that stage going up, when I lost weight and I kept maintaining over, balanced life, she's the one who was like, try it. And then when I got through it, within the first day, I realized that this is so interesting.
Yes,
Like we
yes.
have the power to undo all the damages that we are doing to our body just by nourishing our bodies differently. And then after the degree, I went into the internship. And after that, something just propelled me to do the master's in nutrition. It was just like, I felt like there was more to know.
Right.
And because as a dietitian, that's what they did. It was just about diets, like, giving out diet sheets and talking to persons about how to stick to this routine.
Right.
And I just felt like there was something missing. So
Mm.
when I did a master's in nutrition in Jamaica, I realized that there was so much more to it. And that's when I branched off into a different knowledge about nutrition and a different awareness.
Hmm.
And then when I came back, um, I was then exposed to a job in Bermuda, and I went there for maybe 6 months. I worked for a company online as well for like a year or so. And with that exposure and dealing with international clients, and everything was personalized, and everything, I was way more open and free with them to discuss everything that they could do. And I realized that this is what it's about. It's not about sticking to a diet or routine or rigid something. It's more about knowledge based of food and your body and what you want to achieve with your body, and then helping that person to achieve it by developing like suitable lifestyle routines. So no one does what I do.
Right.
Right? And that's why it's like, that's why I could fit in anywhere with anyone, because it's just so amazing, because when I'm able to help persons overcome their diabetes and the high blood pressure and cholesterol complications and reach their weight goals and sustain it. Sustainability is the most rewarding part of it for years, that's when it's like, I know that this is what I'm meant to do. There's nothing else that fulfills me. There's nothing else that I could do that will make me feel like, because I've tried before to work in hospitals or work with private, and being restricted and limited to their rules and giving out diet sheets just didn't cut it. So I had to do it on my own. And then I had to be able to develop programs that were suitable to what it is that I could do with clients. And there's absolutely nothing else. Like everyone was asking, because business was down for this only grew started off really in 2019. And I finished my master's in 2017, and I was just practicing just basics. So I wasn't getting a full income or I wasn't sustaining myself. And everyone was like, you don't want to do a different, person's going to different avenues at that point. But I felt like this is my passion. This is what I want to do. There's nothing else that is for me.
And you believe in this. It's a part of you.
Yeah.
That is so wonderful. My favorite word is international, global. That's my favorite words. It's like, why help in just one place when there's a whole world out there that can benefit from what you know? And I really appreciate everything that you're sharing. Thank you for being so open and honest. And I was telling you about the food allergies in our home, and we've had experiences with nutritionists and dietitians and all of that. And it was so helpful because you understand about combinations of food, what works well together. And I highly recommend everybody take an allergy test. You would never believe things that you're allergic to, and you're consuming it all the time and wondering, well, why am I still gaining, or why am I not seeing any results, or why is my skin breaking out even? So what we use, I'll show you what we've been using here in the United States. This is called Fountain of Life. I don't know if you can see it.
Right. Yeah.
It's from a Norwegian spruce tree. It's an extract, and it's distributed out of Canada. And what it does is it helps with inflammation. It's an anti-inflammatory antioxidant, and it only has 3 ingredients. So I put this in my water, in my tea, and my coffee, and I'm not a big fan of the gym. And I love to eat whatever it is that I love to eat. But having been using this, I see the results. Like you can ingest it, or you can put it topically. Like if I get a cut and I just drop a few of that, the next morning the cut is healed up. I'll share this link with you.
Yeah, that sounds really nice.
Awesome.
Inflammation is definitely something that and the way that your body reacts to food, everyone is different, and sometimes it stems from birth and pregnancy and proper nourishment, and then delivery, and so many things could happen along the line of birth and development of every human being. So it's really about learning what your body is right now, like what it could handle, and then adjusting to suit that. So no matter what, you would know. And yes, you may have to focus a lot more on the ingredients, like what exactly is in the snacks. And that's why also the snacks that I do, no preservatives, no weird ingredients. So it's only based on orders that I would prepare it fresh, because
Oh,
it's
okay.
not going to have any, weird things that would make it last for months and months and months. I mean, if you
Right.
keep it in the fridge, it's great, but outside it would probably maybe a week or two, because it has no additives.
Right. And we
And I
love
think
to
it's so
prepare
important.
from scratch. We like to prepare fresh
Exactly.
stuff. You know, if it sits
Yeah.
in the fridge for too long, I am so like, I'm such a germaphobe. And I'm like, did that grow anything on there? I don't think I want to eat, you know?
Yeah, because you have to be really careful with what you ingest, because your stomach and everything is so sensitive. Your whole digestion is so important. If you can't digest food effectively, you
Yeah.
can't nourish your body.
You know, as a mom, a working woman, sometimes it's so hard to get something that can fill you up. So you're looking for little snacks, picking here and there. And what I
Yeah.
stopped and said to myself is, if I won't feed my children this, why am I feeding myself this? You know? So it's all about
That's
making
true.
choices, practicing what you're preaching, and thinking more
Yes.
about yourself, because you can't function if you're not taking good care of yourself.
Exactly.
Very nice. Well, I think I've extracted a lot of information from you. Do you have a message for
Yeah.
our viewers?
Well, I just want to say that, I hope that persons who listened really take away the fact that it's not necessary to restrict. It's not
Mhm.
necessary to think that you have to limit yourself when you want to become a happy and healthier version of yourself. And I really hope that they're open to the idea that you can overcome your lifestyle diseases with proper nourishment. Because a lot of times, persons, if you weren't born with it, if you develop diabetes over time, you can't overcome it. If you develop high cholesterol over time, it's all
Mhm.
because of your eating habits. So it's
Right.
really about correcting that. And I'm here to help.
Wonderful. So I would definitely share this everywhere, especially
Thank you so much.
internationally. You know, my network is,
Yes,
and
yes.
you can certainly reach so many people because it's really important. I mean, it just starts with you and your choices, starting with the
Exactly.
first meal. You know, I used to like run and grab a cup of coffee first thing in the morning, and then my energy is like up to here. And then by 10 a.m., I'm like, oh my God. So
Exactly.
I started having tea at
Mhm.
the beginning of my day. And I
Right.
noticed that, you know, I don't feel so jittery after drinking all that
Yeah,
coffee. So it's
exactly.
just little changes that you can make to
Exactly. It really,
improve.
really is. Mhm.
Good for you. Well, I do hope you'll come back and talk about more wonderful things to
Yes,
our
thank you so
viewers.
much for having me. I
Absolutely.
really appreciate it.
And thank you for
It was
your time.
wonderful.
So we will be in touch, and you stay safe
Yes, thank you, you too.
on
Take
my
care.
beautiful
Bye.
island.
Yes.
Say bye.
Bye.